because there are certain aspects we need to improve. But I mean, we all have to be tranquil and not to be worried because the interim report is eligible, so everything seems to be fine. But there are certain things that we have to keep in mind about aspects such as the way we're planning to organize the multiplayer events. I mean, certain aspects of the website, especially um, the toolkit, the way it's being organized, and the concept itself. And there were a couple of comments also about quality, the quality management plan, and I will let you know now in detail very briefly at the very end, because the idea is to follow the schedule of this virtual meeting. So let me have a look. Who's Roberto? Roberto to join us as well. We were
Good
waiting for
morning.
you. Good morning. Buongiorno. How
Buongiorno.
how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. What about you?
Fantastic, fantastic. Good, good. Thank you, thank you. We're waiting for Susana as well. You don't know anything about Susana? Susana from Marconi? I'm
Yes, we
sure.
are we are we are in almost daily contact with the organization of the events, but so I'm sure that she will going to participate, but
I can imagine, yeah,
maybe she's
because
a
there
little
are.
bit late.
I was going through the program of the Info Day career the Marconi University with the steps are organizing these days. The program is fantastic. They just moved the date. I mean, they were supposed to celebrate the 7th in Marconi University premises in Rome, the 5th of November, and now it's going to be the 11th. But there are certain aspects that maybe you'll be interested in sharing with the rest of the partners. Good. So let me have a look again. No,
Sorry,
Susanna is
Anna.
not there.
Maybe you are very close to the microphone, so the
Probably, probably. Thank
hearing
you.
is a little bit
Thanks for telling me that. I mean,
disturbed.
I'm just gonna, what I'm going to do actually is going to get rid of this big thing I have around my neck because it's very cold. It's very cold here in Madrid these days. It's been raining away, so very unusual, but much better now. What do you think? Yeah?
It's
Can you hear me
better,
better?
yeah. Thank you, because you were too close, maybe, so
And
there
more
was a kind of
comfortable as well. More
feedback.
comfortable. Okay, let's start. Although it is a pity that Susanna is not with us. I'm sure that she will get connected later on. If not, I will contact Susanna this afternoon by phone.
Yes, she's just sent me a message saying that she's not able to participate.
I see. I
And
see.
she apologizes, but she's not able to participate in the call, so we can go
That's
on
very
without.
unusual. That's very unusual. I will contact Susanna this afternoon on the phone because there's a couple of
Mhm.
aspects I would like to let her know about the Info Day career. Okay, then. So let's start. I mean, the schedule of this virtual meeting. We're celebrating this morning the ninth virtual meeting of the project. As you all know, we're going to record this work session, and then with the minutes, they will be available in the platform for all the partners. So let's start. Today we're supposed to go through five, six, seven topics. The first one is going to be the work in progress and feedback from partners in relation to MOOC production guidelines. Second topic will be the feedback on handbook from all partners, because as it always is the case, there are certain partners that didn't mention anything about the handbook main characteristics, and the idea was to share and to know all partners' opinions. So the ones that didn't go through or they didn't publish their opinions on the forum, I mean, they will have to do it this. They will have to do it this morning, because in the previous meeting, we all agree in going through the status of the MOOC production and the handbook status. I mean, afterwards, the third point would be to go through very briefly the status of the quality management plan, because in the last meeting, Monica couldn't join us for business reasons, and this morning she will share with us was the status of the quality management plan as well. We have included the LinkedIn group and activity. I mean, the didactical activity you're supposed to implement in the LinkedIn group, apart from using LinkedIn as a dissemination tool, as we all agree in the last virtual meeting and in the first meeting, and finally, we will go through the status of the organization of a meeting in Athens in November. As you all know, and as I said at the beginning of this meeting, yesterday afternoon, that was pretty late, around 5:30, 6 in the afternoon, Spanish time, we I received the interim report from the national agency. So the idea is, like, as you can imagine, we didn't have time to translate from Spanish into English all the interim report, something that we will do very briefly. But my idea is to go through the main aspects of the interim report for you to have an idea of what the national agency has told us about the quality regarding the status of the first year activity of the project, right? The thing is, like, for you, for all of you, to be tranquil and secure about what we're doing. The interim report is eligible, so there is nothing that we have to be worried about. But there are certain aspects that we should have in mind to make some improvements in the from different perspectives: multiplayer events organization, as they said, quality management, a couple of aspects about the website. There is another aspect regarding the local dissemination plans, the visibility of the project in the partners' website. I mean, the ones they are familiar with the European projects, they know that. I mean, usually when the auditor, when the evaluator goes through um, and with auditing the status of the project, usually, I mean, these aspects they always have in mind, and they will put it in this time of report. So, but there is nothing grave, nothing to be worried about. This is something I will do at the very end. So now, if you don't mind, we're gonna go as we always do, very briefly. I'm just gonna pass the floor to all of you to know the opinions on the MOOCs status. I mean, the partners in charge of MOOCs productions have been developing certain units, and they have shared with us all that information in the platform. And the idea in the previous meeting, we all agreed to go through to supervise and to have opinions on the units developed so far. So I'm going to pass the floor to Angeliki
Yes.
to know your impressions on this regard.
Well, actually, because we know that this particular time is really challenging, traveling wise, time wise, I will share my screen with your permission in order to see something from the provided MOOCs and supporting documents, in order to be certain that all the partners have an idea how the documents look like. So I'm going to share my screen now. Do you see it? Is that visible?
We do indeed.
Okay, so let me go on full screen. So as you will see on the partners area, we have uploaded just one Word document as a script and a supporting document in the format of PowerPoint. Although we recognize the specific use of the given documents on organizing our works, we found by experience and piloting research that for our specific subject, a less stabilized production could be more helpful. So by providing our users with a graphistically challenging PowerPoint instead of multiple Word docs, we find that we are able to construct an interactive experience even when the student is not watching the actual videos, because our subject is really on point and really useful. So Uh, this probably is making the procedure a little more effective, as it follows the candidate with a little tricks to throw them in. So, of course, if the partners all decide that this way opposites our earlier agreements, we could also provide you with the Word documentation of our works. But we think that this is a really effective way because, as you can see, the practical tips and exercises are included in the PowerPoints with all the links and all the sources given in order to help our candidates. The videos so far, because we have recorded the scripts to see how long would it take, are from 3 minutes for our first PowerPoint to up to 8 minutes for the third unit, biggest one, due to all the social media. And we are just developing the next ones. Unit 4 and Unit 5 are ready script-wise. The script is absolutely ready for you to record it if you want. And we are still making the supporting docs because, as you can see, they are quite full of graphistic work. And for the time being, I am the developer, so I had also a really bad cold and wasn't able to finish the fourth and fifth, but they will be ready till next week, absolutely. But the scripts are ready for you to get into the studio and record it if you want. And graphistically, they will be similar to Unit 1, 2, and 3 that are up right now. Also, it is really important to us to link to the personal branding MOOC, and the next slide in every unit of us is the one you see right now, which is building your own personal brand through EPBE Personal Branding MOOC, that it will have the link for the first MOOC. So I hope I wasn't really fatiguing you, but this is a presentation of our works. I hope it was brief but concise. What do you think?
Good, good. I think that you're doing a very good job. The status of the unit's production goes according with the schedule. So I congratulate you for the effort you're making. Now I'm going to pass the floor to the rest of the partners to know, I mean, what their opinions on the matter, because I was when you were giving us your feedback, I noticed that, I mean, there aren't any opinions on the forum street. So this is something that we should keep in mind, you know, to document all this type of feedbacks, you know, in the forum. Before I forget it, when I was listening to you, I also copy on the idea of start recording the videos of every single unit. This is something that we're going to program from here, in coordination with you and Ferran from Pratt, to start getting all the scripts together and then recording the videos in our television set here in the university. So now I'm going to pass the floor to Ferran to know the status of the other MOOC, and also opinions or observations regarding the status of the job happening MOOC. So Ferran, when you're ready.
Yes, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
You have in the virtual class, you have the 5 units. We have done the 5 documents for each unit. You have the PowerPoint, like the one from Angeliki. You have a PowerPoint for each unit, and
Okay.
PowerPoint. This is the base for the video. We understood that this is the base for the people who's going to talk. And you have the script also, and then we put it the practical tips and practical info separated with Word documents. So you have 5 documents for each unit, and we think that maybe practical tips and maybe practical info, it's useful to have it in different documents, as the student can do the activities and can follow the different activities that we propose. And you have all the units uploaded. We finished this week, so you can, of course, you have some opinion or something to say. Yeah, it's welcome, because we can improve. And I think we have everything uploaded now.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I just noticed that you even produced unit number 5, so you follow the schedule on time as Angeliki for the MOOC production of personal branding. So now I'm gonna pass. Thank you, Ferran, for the work done. Now I'm gonna pass the floor to, I think it's Jasmine. Jasmine is a member of a German partner. So Jasmine, we would like to know your opinions about the MOOCs status. Maybe you have a chance to go through it.
Hello to everyone. I'm new at the team, and I will support Eva and Georg during this project. So I'm still getting an overview. I'm sorry that I can't give you a really qualified feedback this morning, but it's really good to see you all and to get to know more about the project. So I use the account of Eva at the moment, and I'm getting still an overview.
Thank you. Thank you, Jasmine. I hope you have a chance to go through the application form. I'm just advise you to catch it up as soon as possible, because
Yes.
as I told you at the beginning, for different reasons, I mean, Eva wasn't able to attend the virtual meetings, and also we haven't noticed any feedback or any kind of input from your organization. So as a partner of this project, I hope, and me as a responsible, and I'm the director of this project, I hope that we will start in getting some results and contributions from yourselves.
Yes. So I'm really into e-learning and blended learning because I worked 3 years at the university in this area. So yeah, I'm.
Okay. I hope so.
That. Yeah.
I have no doubt. So please do me a favor.
Yeah.
Go through the handbook, go through the MOOCs and the information. Also get familiar with our project's platform as well, with all the working space we have in there. And in case you have any doubts, we will be available for solving any doubts of any questions. But I hope you make an effort to catch it up and to start contributing to the project.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I already started.
Thank you, Jasmine. I hope so too. Now is the time for Maria from Marac to know her observations about the MOOCs status. When you're ready.
Hi, good morning, everyone. For me, I think that Angeliki presented the PowerPoint like a new format that before we were talking about that this format. I think that it could be great for the target that we are launching the MOOCs. And I was thinking about for example, Facebook has a video presentation that you can build with images. So you can choose all of the images in the PowerPoint, and we can make a very easy video for uploading to Facebook, for example. So and the rest that I think for the 5 units with 5 documents for each unit and the activities, really I need to, because Fran are uploading all of the content, so I have to check all of the content to send you the feedback. But the the units, the presentation, I think that I'm positive that it's the best way to do it.
Thank you, Maria.
May I propose some? Sorry.
Just give me 1 second, because I'm gonna notice something as well in the line of what I just said to Jasmine. I mean, as I told you beforehand, in the last virtual meeting, we're all supposed to go through the MOOCs status, right? So if you have any observations, I mean, it is an obligation from all of you to publish your feedback, even it's positive or negative. So during the next week, the partners that they haven't done it, they have to go through the forum, go through all the contents, and if they have any opinions, positive or negative ones, or whatever ideas, they have to publish those ideas, because following the schedule of the MOOCs productions, now we are getting into the phase of publishing results. So that's very, very important to follow all the schedule of activities we have set it up, because we are starting from today onwards the second year, and Ferra and Angeliki are nearly finishing. So this is something that we have to keep in mind. This is applicable to the handbook as well, because we have to finish the process. So, and without all of your feedbacks, we are not entitled to publish any definite outputs in the website. So is it that clear to all of you?
Anna, just to make clear why you are not receiving my opinion, it's because I have an opinion and I am following the progress of. I have read the handbook and the MOOCs as well, and verbally I can tell you that the quality seems very good, and Lisa, please. And can you hear me? Can you hear me well?
Yeah, there was a bit of a noise in the background.
It's Elisa speaking.
Elisa.
It's Elisa. Elisa speaking on the other line. So the reason why I'm not writing it is because I consider Deloitte's role in this project of an evaluator of the whole process. So since I am asking everybody's feedback on the quality of the results, I cannot actually give my opinion, because then I would be asking myself for this opinion. Of course, if you have envisioned something different, please let me know, but maybe it's a misunderstanding that we need to discuss and decide how to proceed.
No. In your case, it's completely different, because you are entitled of the quality. I mean, from a project management point of view. But regarding the rest of the partners, because there is something that they can contribute, because they are experts on certain areas that they are all compiled together, and it's very important to be publishing, going through the final contents before they are published in the website. We are in that moment of the, as you know, in that moment of the project. So, I mean, the handbook and the handbook content related, and also the MOOCs content related, they're supposed to be supervised and being published with the okay from all partners. That's very important.
I just wanted to make sure that you're not waiting something from me and I'm not giving it, I'm not providing it. So I will come back with a questionnaire on the intellectual output regarding all MOOCs, and I will be requesting feedback as I have done in the past.
Yeah.
But the reason I'm not writing my opinion is because Deloitte's role is a bit different to the rest of the
In your case, I mean, as you know even better than me, because you have a lot of experience, you have to keep an eye on the key performance indicators and the final quality of the products. But we're not going to ask you to go through specific elements on the MOOCs productions of the handbook, because you are not an expert in these subjects. But in the rest of the partners' cases, yeah, I mean, we all agree in the last virtual meeting to go through the status of the MOOCs and the handbook, because as you will see at the very end, when I will tell you a couple of comments from the national agency in the interim report, now we are in the process of finishing in-house production and start publishing results. So this is something that I'm asking you as a favor and as an obligation, you know. But in your case, I mean, as you know, pues, I mean, to keep an eye on key performance indicators, and also keeping in mind these aspects when you will develop the questionnaires to have control over the overall quality when the process will be finished in the specific products and also in the whole results of the project. Good. So, Roberto, sorry for interrupting you beforehand.
No,
Any
no,
observations about
no, no
the
problem. No, no
MOOCs?
problem. I just wanted to say that maybe we should fix a deadline for providing feedback, because Juan sent on Tuesday afternoon the request for providing suggestions and comments about the MOOC, and I think there was no time, at least for myself, time enough to provide any qualitative feedback. Of course, I can say that I liked very much the quality of the PowerPoints. I downloaded all the files, but there's a lot of documents that we have to go through, and if we want a really efficient feedback, we need more time for sure. So as we did for the handbook, because I remember Juan said that the deadline for the handbook feedback was 14th of October, and I did it, for example.
I know you did.
We had a couple of weeks to do, so I think that there was enough time. In this case, for me at least, just 2 days before the call wasn't enough. So I just, as I told you, downloaded the files, and then I will need some days more in order to analyze all the files.
Okay.
As a first impression, of course, I just went, I just looked at the Greek, let's say, the job hunting files, and I like very much the design of the PowerPoints and the fact that they are very short information, and the users will not have to read too much text, and that's a very good thing. But of course, maybe what I would propose is to set a deadline also for that. Maybe 1 week, I don't know, it's up to you, so all the partners can send their comments.
Okay, then I know that you've been sharing with us your comments on the handbook. Maybe the deadline for going through is not going. I mean, going like an exhaustive supervision of what's going on, because we all know that you are not experts on personal branding or job hunting, but even if being kind with our colleagues that they've been working, I mean, some feedback from you could be very beneficial. And also, I mean, if we do this exercise when they will evaluate the project at the very end, you will notice a couple of comments regarding these things, in the interim report. I mean, the idea is to give an impression of a work team, Maybe I'm going to pass the floor to Juan. Maybe we should set up another deadline to go through the MOOC status, because if you notice in the platform, I mean, Angelica and Ferran are nearly finished. So by the time they finish the production, we will have to close this phase and go and ask Marak to upload all the units into the toolkit. So there is a feedback from us in the that we're going to share with you in the platform as well. I can see now. I'm gonna pass the floor to Juan, because I'm going through the document. Just give me 1 second, because I see some stuff in Spanish, but now I can see it in English as well. I'm trying to find the English version. Give me 1 second, please.
Yes, and I think that there's no English version for our comments on the MOOCs, but we can prepare it and upload it into the platform.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
as Roberto says, there's no deadline for these comments, as the documents are not completely ready yet. So maybe if Angelica and Ferran think that these documents can be done by this week. Maybe we can set the deadline for, I don't know, maybe Friday 21, or just for us to comment on the next week.
Yes, absolutely. For us, they will be certainly ready.
Okay, so if Ran
Yeah,
says
yes,
so.
we have uploaded everything, so now you have the 5 units ready. So yes, it's okay.
Okay, then if you all agree, maybe we can set 21st as the deadline. Okay, I will remember you through the forum.
So, so we set up the 21st as the new deadline to finishing this task. Is that okay?
Okay.
Yes, and I'm sorry I'm dragging you a little bit further, but as you will see, the PowerPoints are quite graphistically challenging. So
Yeah, I
they
saw
take
it. I saw it.
a lot of effort. But I'm really sorry I'm dragging you. But the scripts are completely ready, and concerning the content, all the partners can already read them because the content will not be altered at the PowerPoints. The content will be the exact same content. So, content-wise, you can read the scripts that are ready for both units, 4 and 5 already. So, thank you. And I'm sorry.
Good. Excellent. So if you all agree, we will go through all the comments of partners in the trade forum regarding the MOOCs feedback by the 21st of this month. Is that okay?
Yes.
Fantastic. I just been noticed in the platform that you just have followed the structure. We all agree for the MOOCs contents production. So, I mean, as it is the case, that it's going to be very easy for us to go through the whole content, finishing the process and start publishing. So, for closing this first point about the MOOCs status, I remind you that we going to start going through the scripts in our case, and also going through all the partners' feedback and being in touch with you for closing the process the 21st of this month. Good. Let's go ahead and talk about the handbook status, the handbook feedback from you, because Pratt and ourselves, we finished the handbook and the handbook was published, and the deadline for publishing the feedback was the 14th. So we'll starting again from Angeliki.
Well, as you can see in the platform, I have uploaded some comments. Sadly, I wasn't able to read Roberto's comments. I don't know why. Maybe my computer was a little crazy the other time. So I will try again and read also Roberto's comments. But as you will see, I completely agree with Maria's ones because as I said, we also want to inspire the users to make MOOCs. This is also not only help them but also inspire them to make the MOOCs. So we could add some more examples of already existing and working MOOCs, and also if you would like, because we know that we have some work also in the handbook and we haven't actually been of much help because you did all the work, we could also help graphistically in order to make it a little more challenging, because when you have a document that you want to give out and so that people make something, if you would like it, we could provide some graphical help, keeping always the clear and concise profile that you have given to the document. But it's just a suggestion. If you would like some help with that, we're open to do it. Or if Marak agrees that we can take such a task, because we know that you are the graphics and marketing masters, and we wouldn't want to do anything that you don't agree with, of course. But that's our suggestions concerning the handbook.
Thank you, Angeliki. I noticed that in the partners forum there is also feedback from Maria from Marak. So maybe you want to summarize what you let everybody know through the forum. So I pass the floor to you.
Thank you, Anna. I'll send you my feedback about the. I think that always is very important to see at least a look and feel about how is like the structure about the MOOC. For that reason, I send you my feedback about that, adding 2 or 3 or 5 MOOC samples. I think with 3 it's completely great, with a screenshot to the look and feel. And I had one example that Juan sent to me before at the beginning of the project. I think that Juan, you sent to me 2 samples from the Mo University, the Udemy University, and for that reason I send you at least one sample about the Spanish for beginners, MOOC, like because a course that Mo did it. And the other thing, it's I think that is very important. The same thing that Angelique told about, that show people how to make and how to promote. So if you make and then you know how to promote the MOOCs, I completely agree that people encourage people to make MOOCs and attending the MOOCs and then start and build another MOOC. So for that reason, I was searching information about how to promote MOOCs, and I send you 5 tips to do how to promote MOOCs. So I don't know if you need, for example, 5 more to say to make like a list, like with it's the best 10 things to do to promote a MOOC, or do you think that the 5 things or tips to promote MOOCs, that all of the things that I sent to you, it's okay? So we can discuss about that. So that was my feedback about the handbook.
Thank you. I noticed that Roberto also just published some comments in the phone street regarding the handbook. Would you mind, please, to summarize very briefly, your opinions on the matter, Roberto?
Yes, very briefly. Some of my comments were very minimal, so they regard just some small parts that maybe should be amended. In general, what I would add is something very, very quick and short, like, for example, the possibility to say that who develops a MOOC is also can also be able to develop models in many languages, and it's an added value, especially for universities who want to provide, or other institutions, of course, who want to provide content for different countries or different language users. And of course, there should be maybe something about the way to manage users, because you can assign different roles to all the users, for example, for students or teachers and so on. So this is something that can be easy to explain, but also useful to know by our target group. And maybe at the beginning of the module, we could introduce something like duration and learning of each modules. And yeah, that's all. The other things that I was underlining and highlighting in the PDF file were some minimum things to amend. And in general, I also liked what it was said and explained by Maria, about the examples, especially that we can provide, and also that there is a possibility maybe to do something more from the graphic point of view, as Angeliki was stressing. Maybe it could be nice, but in general, I think that the handbook is okay, and the structure is what we need exactly.
Thank you, Roberto, for finishing this topic. I noticed that in this case, there are two feedbacks missing. I mean, one from Jasmine, another one from Susanna from Marconi. So, if you all agree, maybe we will enlarge the deadline for getting all partners' feedback in order to make the improvements by the 21st, and that means that the 21st we close the summarizing all feedbacks, and then by the 4th of November, that will be the date of the next virtual meeting, then we will finish the process. This work has to be online. That means that by the 21st, we process all feedbacks partner in order to implement some improvements in MOOCs and also in the handbook. We finish the process for letting Marac know to publish the first results into the website. And I'm talking about the 4th of November because I just noticed that our next virtual meeting was set up by the 11th of November. And as Marconi University has moved the Info Day career that was supposed to be organized by the 5th of November, now it's going to be the 11th. That means that our next virtual meeting should be the 5th of November. That means that by the 16th of November, that is our next face-to-face meeting, these two activities will be finished and ready to be published and also to discuss finally in Athens. Did you follow me? Did you have it clear what I said?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes,
Yes.
except that the 5th of November is Saturday, so maybe.
I mean the 4th, sorry, I said,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why I said 5th of November, 4th of November is Friday. So that means that 21st of October, we finish summarizing and collecting all feedback. We're starting to make improvements in the handbook and also in the MOOCs, if it is the case. And then our next virtual meeting would be the 4th of November. And that means that by that date, we will finish this process for these three outputs production, because Marconi is celebrating the Info Day career the 11th of November instead of the 5th of November. Okay, then. So let's go through the next point, which is the quality management status. So I'm just going to pass the floor to Monica.
Okay, thank you, Anna. With regards to quality management, every time that an intellectual output finishes, we send out a questionnaire to the partners in order to receive their opinion with regards to the KPIs that we are set in the quality management plan. So for intellectual output 1 and 2, we had already requested feedback, and we have received it from STEPS, Udima, and Marac. So we are still waiting for feedback from the rest of the partners for these intellectual outputs. And yes?
Yes, Monica, I think that we had sent it because I filled it up. So
I haven't received it, but I will check again. I will check again, okay? But I haven't received anything via email, and I didn't see anything in the classroom either. But
okay,
so
I
please send it.
probably have it, so I will resend it. So okay.
Okay, thank you. Maybe it got lost somewhere. So we will repeat that in periodic intervals when upon completion of each intellectual output. At the same time, we are so the evaluation goes through two steps. One is the feedback from the partners, but the other is our work, our revision of what has happened. So we will do that as well for each finished intellectual output. So it will have, there will be two levels of quality evaluation for each intellectual output, plus the quality evaluation of the project as a whole, which is done periodically, again by a questionnaire that I have sent you and you have completed a few months ago. And I presented that in Rome. So I will do another wave of that periodic evaluation soon. You don't do it too often, you do it in periodic intervals. I will do it maybe in the first quarter of the new year, to evaluate from Rome meeting to Athens and a bit beyond, so that in Barcelona we will be able to present the results of the periodic evaluation up to that date in May. No? Anna, you yeah?
No, I was
Okay.
sorry. I was reading like some feedback from some of you in the platform regarding the handbook, which is always interesting, something that just came to my mind. But I will let you know through the forum. Well, as I always telling you, all the partners that I haven't sent the questionnaires requested by Deloitte regarding the intellectual outputs feedback, they will have to do it straight away as soon as possible. So please do it on time, because that will facilitate the work of Monica as well. So and once more, it is I'm obliged to letting you know that the deadlines are there. I mean, for being followed by every single one of us. There are few partners that they still have to do this task. So I ask you to do it as soon as possible and send the questionnaires complete to Monica.
Sorry, sorry to interrupt you, Anna.
Yeah.
But on the group chat, Monica, you will find the link. We had uploaded the questionnaires on the forum in the 11th of July, so it might maybe it got lost.
Under
Yes.
which chat?
Yes, they're everything. It's RR, IO quality evaluation.rar, and when you click on it.
Can you please send me the link, because I cannot see something here. Please send me the link so that I make sure that
I have it on
Yeah,
the chat.
Monica, if you can open your chat it's in the left side of your screen. There's a blue icon, and you can click on it, and then the chat opens on the right side.
Can you share your screen? Sorry, I don't see a blue.
Well, maybe Angelique, you can send it by email.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Angelique, please.
Yeah, okay.
By the way, I have another conference call in 8 minutes, so I don't know how fast we can go with this, or maybe we can cover the meeting in Greece and then I can leave.
Okay. Yeah.
Monica, if you don't mind, please send a reminder to all partners with the name of all partners that they haven't completed the latest questionnaires, and to remind them to do this task as soon as possible. Because I think Marconi is missing. Maybe a reminder also could be good for Yasmin as well. Would you mind to send a reminder to complete this task?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And now let's go ahead. And then I would like to know, I mean, what's the decision about implementing some didactical activities through the LinkedIn, used as a LinkedIn group as a dissemination tool as well. So as we are running out of time, because it's 5 to It's 5 to 11. I would like to, if you don't mind, I would like to know the decision from Eventbrite, Marak, or Angeliki. What's the decision about using the LinkedIn group
Anna,
for developing some didactical activities? Did you have time to discuss about this
um,
topic?
Anna, I send the Angelique and Ferran an email with 4 links, very important, about how to create a LinkedIn group, how to grow a LinkedIn group, and tips about. And we are really meet next week to discuss about this, because I would I like that they can to read all of the articles I sent a week ago, more or less, and today I share with you. I send an email to them, but now I share the same links to all of the partners in the forum.
Okay, so as we're going to use LinkedIn also as a didactical tool, and we have to finish the process of didactical content productions the 21st of October. So, I mean, if you don't mind, the three of you, we will set up the 21st of October also as a deadline to know what type of didactical activities you're going to do using LinkedIn also as a didactical tool apart from a dissemination one. Is that okay with yourselves to set up the 21st?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Good. I copy on that as well. So we all get your feedback by the 21st. Please, once more, use the forum to let us know. Good. So now, I'm gonna pass the floor to Angeliki because in point number 5 we're supposed to be going through the meeting in Athens preparation. So Angeliki, whenever you're ready.
Yes, absolutely. So I know that all of you have read the logistics. I have in front of me the Excel file. I'm only missing the German partner. How many of you will be participating? What days you will arrive and depart? And how many nights do you need for the hotel? So I have everything else, but I'm missing the German partner. The soonest you can just provide me with some information at least. It would be better if you do it during the week because I haven't received anything. So just maybe one person for 2 nights. Is it the standard? Is it something else? Just tell me in order to send to the hotel. Other than that, um, you will see at the Partners Forum when we have the third international meeting. The last post that I uploaded was concerning the payment of the rooms. I am providing you with the bank account of the hotel. It is targeted to the owner of the hotel, and you will only have to pay for the 2 first days 87 euros per night, as we had discussed at the logistics of the group. So you have to pay 174 euros at this bank account. Take your time, just put it in there in order to just for the hotel to be able to give the correct amount also to the impact hub, because there is the communication between our conference room and our hotel. So by paying into this bank account, you are making things easier for the hotel to pay for the conference room. This is our deal. So please find some time and just give the money to this reservation. Also, be reminded, is extra, extra, extra important that when you give the money to the bank account, as you will see as an important note, do not forget to add the reservation code, which is EPBE /LPFA Vasiliki Tsekura, because Vasiliki has made all the contact with the hotel, so her name must be in there also. So I have included the reservation code at the forum. So just be reminded to send the money and also write the code. I think that's that. You don't need to do anything else. For everyone that is staying some extra days, they will pay cash after the pass of their staying. They're not obliged to pay through the bank account. They will pay after it. So that's that. I don't know. Do you need anything else? I might have forgotten something, but everything else is at the PDF file logistics of third international meeting. So you will find everything there.
Thank you for the effort you're making from your organization to organize the face-to-face meeting. I know it's not easy to organize such a such an event when there are many people invited to take part of it. Jasmine, once more, I'm obliged to remind you that you have to send this information as soon as possible to Angeliki, who is the meeting next face-to-face meeting organizer, because we are in the process of booking the accommodation and all of that. So, if you don't mind, please try to do it um, as soon as possible. Is that okay?
Yes, we will do that.
Fantastic, fantastic. Um, any comments? Do you want to ask anything to Vasiliki? You have any doubts about how Athens meeting is organized so far?
Is there a deadline for paying the hotel?
No, it's up to you. Just the sooner you can do it, the sooner the conference room will get paid. It's nothing much, but just if you could do it until the first week of November, if you could, that would be a nice thing to have at least 1 to 2 weeks before meeting the hotel to have the money. But
Okay.
otherwise, it's up to you.
Thank you.
They're not strict. They're really nice people.
Mhm.
Okay then, so if that's the case, because there's 11 o'clock, I'm just going to go very, very, very briefly, if you don't mind, through the main aspects of the interim report. As you know, I mean, I received it yesterday around 6 in the evening, Spanish time, so obviously we didn't have time to translate the whole report into Spanish. But my first impression was a good one. Well, I was expecting something like it, if I have to be honest, because I know that the work in progress and also the amendments and all the details, as a coordinator, we'll be keeping an eye with the national agency, and all the reporting and the monitoring was good from us so far. As you know, we present the interim report on time and in form. So the thing is, like, the interim report is eligible. So, I mean, I congratulate you to all of you for the work you've done so far. So, but as you all know, there are certain things that the evaluator is asking us to keep an eye on, or even to improve. And I mean, the thing is, like, from a project management point of view, the result is a very good one. Regarding the transnational meetings, organizations, and virtual meetings and communication between partners, the impression, the evaluator impression is good as well. So nothing to be worried about. But regarding the intellectual outputs, this is when the party starts, right? They're asking us to publish the first intellectual outputs into the website, and now I have to apologize for not had been keeping an eye on for instance, the quality guideline. The quality guidelines for personal branding and job hunting should be published already in the website, but that was a mistake of mine. This is something that I should ask Marak to do it than I haven't done it. I mean, when we finish the quality the quality guidelines. So I mean, I'm apologize for that. I mean, this is something that is going to be done straight away. It was a time also because it was summer holidays. Juan sent the report before the summer holidays, and the quality guidance was finishing at that time, you know. So, and this is something that I got distracted and I haven't done it. So, I'm apologize for that. This is something that is being said in the report. Also, I mean, as an overall comment, they want us to publish more information about general information about the MOOCs, about the curricula, about what the final user is going to expect when we finished. They haven't understood the concept of a toolkit, but now when we start publishing the MOOCs, the handbook, the quality guidelines, and they will see the toolkit open to the general public. I mean, this is something that we will be able to amend for the final report. Also, they are wondering about our German partner in relation to the radio station production, because there is no podcast or anything like it published in the website. That's why I told Yasmin to try to catch it up straight away and starting to let us know. I mean, what they're planning to do. I mean, for publishing results as soon as possible. Um, and also regarding the multiplier events, they are asking us to make a decision about the organization in the international workshop in order to be justified um, fully. You know, you will see the detail in the when we'll translate all that in English. But basically, what just been said is like there is no problem of organizing the final meeting in Barcelona, but if we planning to organize the international work in Barcelona when it was supposed to be in Madrid, that will be have to be fully justified. This is something that I'm going to talk to Pratt's director, to Nuria, and we will let you know. I mean, what's the final decision in Athens, even like for knowing your opinions on the matter. There is also a comment regarding of increasing the impact of what we're doing. Um, Giving us an advice to publish. I'm going to give you an example of every single promotional activity or that we're doing from our own, from every organization, from every partner. The first thing that came to my mind to be done very quickly is to publish all the information about the Info Day career of Marconi in EPBE's website. And also, I have to let you know that I'm planning to organize something quite similar, or maybe more related to students and students' mobility in Europe, or inviting a couple of companies as well. And this is something I will do before the end of the year. And then, as I'm asking to Susana to do it, I mean, Maria will be publishing all those results as a extra multiplier events to in order to increase the impact, because this is something that literally is being told in this part of the report. Also, there is something that we will discuss in Athens, because as you know, I mean, when we finish the process of the contents productions and we start publishing all the intellectual outputs results in the website, we will have to start getting into the phase of organizing the distance learning and the face-to-face course. And the evaluator is letting us know that he wants to know how we're going to do it and when we're going to do it and what's going to be the format, because this is something that he couldn't go through it in the website, because I mean this is something that is not ready, because it's not this is supposed to be done at the end of the project. There also regarding dissemination, the evaluator is asking us to give more diffusion of the project, more from the all partners' websites, because apparently this is something that I told you before. Do you remember, to all of you, that this when you are getting ready an interim report, this is something that you do. I mean, he's been going through all the partners' websites, and in most of the cases, he's saying here that he couldn't find any news or information regarding regarding of the project. So please keep an eye on this advice, an advice that I gave you also before. Go through your own websites and try to make an effort and give more visibility, because I have no doubts that you've been publishing what we're doing, right? But in order to get more to disseminate more what we're doing, I mean, partners' websites are key elements. So even if you have been published something, try to publish something more, and try to make it easier to be found in your own website. And then finally, the overall comments for the coordinators are: this interim report is eligible. Apparently, they are developing the project with any problems, and if there were any, they were all solved on time and informed. The website is well designed, but poor in content. There is a requirement to disseminate more from a partner's website what the project's what the project results are and what are supposed to be done even at the end of the project. They have to you should make an effort, he also says, on improving the quality of the intellect outputs published so far in the website. We also recommend you, this is a notice to the two universities, to start thinking about what dissemination scientific articles you're going to publish at the end of the project. And also, the dissemination should be more clear and more concrete regarding the potential and existence of the intellectual outputs developed so far and the ones still under production. You should publish relevant content into the website, and also to make appropriate links in a visible form from all the partners' websites. Literally. The thing is, like, I'm gonna give you my personal opinion on this matter. The thing is, like, I mean, you know that the evaluators always have to say something, you know. It is perfectly normal and it was justified, except for the quality guidelines, because I mean, I'm agree with the evaluator with the notice of the quality guidelines, but the rest, it is normal that we haven't published any results into the website, because our deadlines for every single intellectual outputs are after the interim report was sent. So this was general comments and general recommendations that he says as an evaluator. But we have to be tranquil. So far, so good. But what we're going to do is, like, we're gonna go point by point with those elements we should improve, and then we're going to be talking to you in order to implement these improvements, or keep an eye even what we're supposed to be done for until the end of the project, because usually what they do at the end of the project is going through the interim report first of all, and just make sure that all the improvements and the suggestions they've done at the middle in the cycle of the life of the project, they were done in time and informed. So, any quick observations about the interim report? I don't think it's bad at all. What do you think?
I think the feedback is very good, actually, and I think we should all indeed make an effort for the visibility of the project in our websites. For example, in our case, I admit that we have a link for the project. We have the information, but we haven't been updating it as frequently. So this is what we should be doing in frequent intervals. But for the rest, I think it's a success for the progress report to be eligible and without any cuts, budget cuts, and
Yeah.
any amendments. So well done to all the partners and to you in particular for coordinating. I know it was. I know from our experience that it's a big task.
I know. Thank you, Monica. Thank you. I
And
really
with this, I
appreciate your
have to
comment.
go because my phone is ringing, so I need to leave you. And
That's
I
fine.
will speak to you very, very soon.
We're finishing. I have to attend another meeting as well, but I mean, as you all know, I mean, I always want to know the opinions on every matter from every partner. So it's been a pleasure. Let's be in touch. We will
Thank you
talk.
very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Good. Roberto, are you still there?
Yeah.
What do you
No,
think about the interim report feedback?
Well, I think that maybe there was, from one hand, some misunderstanding from the agency, because I think that they shouldn't complain too much about our efforts to make this project develop and go ahead. I think we also made what was possible for the dissemination. The project was also presented in a couple of events. We have a good record of dissemination activities. We have a very beautiful website. And yeah, okay, maybe some more efforts can be done. We also have the link in our website, in STEP's website, to personal branding. Maybe we can update it and do something more, because of course it was done at the beginning of the project, and some more improvements can be done. But yes, in general, I think that well, the inputs by the agency were mainly aimed at improving and keeping us motivated to do it better, because I think
Of
that
course,
from our part everything was
they
done.
have to do. You know,
In
I mean,
general, I agree with you that maybe yes, partners should collaborate more and more, because this is a partnership, so it's very important that all the partners are motivated and so on. But I think this is something that we have improved since the beginning of the project, so we just have to go ahead.
fantastic. I must say also that Juan provided the national agency with a password to get into the project's platform, and they didn't do it. So we've been very transparent and been able to cooperate with them. But usually the evaluators, when they don't see anything kind of grave or anything that it hasn't been justified appropriately, I mean, they go through the manual and they always say the same comments. So I think I'm agree with Monica and with you. I think it's a success. I mean, not all organizations get eligible interim reports when they're dealing with such a project. So that's why I congratulate you to all of you for the effort you made so far. Thank you, Roberto. We're running out of time now. I mean, I would like to know Maria's opinions on the interim report.
For me, well, okay, it's good to hear that it's a good feedback. Of course, I think that we have to improve the visibility. All the improvement will be implemented in the website EPBE and in Marac website too. I'm thinking about, for example, in the main carousel to put the logo and like a sentence or a goal about the project. And I remind all of the partners that encourage and share the content that in Facebook or in the news in the website, and share in their own social media accounts, and maybe it could be great to save a screenshot as a proof that that we all of the partners will sharing all of the information for the final report.
Very good. Thank you, Maria. Very briefly, please, because we're running out of time. I know it's too early for Jasmine to have an opinion on the matter, but we will ask you once you get the internal report in English fully detailed. So now is the time for Ferran, when you're ready.
Yes, I think good news. If everything is more or less okay, so we can improve some details like the website, etc. I will ask our team to improve these details, but I think for the moment it's okay.
Good. Thank you, Ferran. Angeliki, finally, your comments on the internal report.
Yes. Well, on our part, the dissemination part, because really all the other things are basically not my category, because I am the web developer of our site. The EPBE project is on our main carousel as of now, so it's I think the second thing you see when you enter the website. It's on the top. And other than that, we will try and update it. Also, maybe write an article or two. I don't know, maybe this would also be of help, but we're doing the best we can, and we will try to update it even more. But it is already on our main carousel, so it is visible at least.
Yeah.
But it will be also updated.
Okay. Don't worry about that, and don't feel guilty for the evaluator's remark. I will let you know why the evaluator send us this type of comments pretty detailed in person in Athens, because it makes sense, and I know the way they think of it. So, and also do not forget also that Juan wrote the password to get into the platform, and the evaluator didn't do it. So I mean, so just keep it in mind. I'm not gonna say anything else, So anyway, it's been a pleasure as usual. I thank you for your time today. Our virtual meeting has been a little bit longer because of the interim report story, but as we always do, Juan, we will send you the recording of this ninth virtual meeting and also the minutes. Please keep an eye on the dates. Deadlines for Handbook feedback and MOOCs feedback and LinkedIn group feedback. That will be 21st of October, as we all agree. Also, the change of the next virtual meeting, although you will see it in the minutes of the meeting. The next virtual meeting, as I told you before, that would be the 4th of November, and also that we will try to provide you with the interim report, and it will be published permanently in the management area into the project platform. It's been you will notice that we publish the interim report in English as well. So Angeliki, please keep an eye also on the fact that one of the points to be included in the Athens agenda would be to discuss the improvements to be done regarding the interim report's remarks. Would you do that,
Yes.
please?
Absolutely.
Thank you to all of you. Jasmine, as I told you at the very beginning, it's been a pleasure. Good news that you finally joined us, and then I'm at your disposal at any time you want to contact me in case you have any doubts. But please make an effort and try to catch it up. I will count on that.
You can.
Thank you. Have a nice weekend.
Bye.
Bye now.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, thank you.